Alexa here from She Has Plants. In today's video, we are going to be doing a collective haul. I bought all of these plants recently, over the summer, obviously, and I didn't necessarily include them in my collection video, which was my first video on this channel. Thank you so much if you've watched it. If you haven't, it will be linked somewhere. Without further ado, let's get into the haul. It will include a couple of plants that I have shown you previously, but because I changed the pot planter situation, I will mention them. I'm gonna give you a bonus plant in this video. This is the Calathea. I did not buy this for me, I bought this for my colleague. I kept spotting it everywhere. I got this at the marketplace just outside of Montreal Metro in Montreal in the Plateau area. She told me that she was looking for this plant and I kept seeing it everywhere and she kept not being able to find it. So I told her I would pick it up for her. But you know, of course you can't pass by a market without buying something for yourself. But when I saw this one and I looked up what the blooms supposedly smell like, I was curious, and then I figured, you know what, why not? Because after, if I regret not picking it up, I'm gonna end up having to go back and it's gonna be sold out, and I've never seen this in person before. The blooms supposedly smell like frosting, or I've seen some people describe it as Fruit Loops. Now, I've never really been interested in Hoya before, but I keep seeing content about the blooms, and the algorithm has done something to me. It has scrambled my brain and made me think, okay, maybe I should try it out. Maybe I should just see what it's all about. Because I already have a Hoya carnosa tricolor, and apparently that one has blooms that smell like vanilla and chocolate. Mind you, I am nowhere close to blooming. Obviously, I have gotten baby plants, and I don't mind playing the long game. If they survive, I'll try it out. We'll see. I may have been calling this a maculata, and she is not a maculata, okay? I was watching Wild Fern and coincidentally this plant turned up and I was like, oh wait, that explains why it's so much darker than the maculata, and it's kind of curly and stem looks different, and the label actually read Begonia Rex. Another thing I want to mention is I normally buy the smallest version of the plant that I can find because I want to be the one to grow it. I don't want to be doting on giving a plant the perfect care if it means that it's super difficult for me to maintain. You know what I mean? Because I'm a newbie. I've showed these last two in my collection, so it's a bit honorable mention because I just separated them. What I was coming here to say is I need to find a solution because this is in a plastic cup that I punched holes on the bottom of. I'd really like to, I don't know, switch this up, but I wanted to show you guys anyways. Next we have this sort of pink syngonium that I separated from the Shiveriana. If you know what kind this is, please let me know in the comments because I'm not sure. I am very happy with this repot. I think it's absolutely adorable. I keep it in this planter, which is just a cash pot from Simon's Home. It was $2.99 on sale. It comes in a few different colors. It's so stinking adorable, and I love the way the pink looks on pink. I love this combination, and those little pink pebbles already came with the plant. If you haven't seen my plant collection, it was already featured there, but I wanted to give an honorable mention because I did change the pot, and this has remained in a planter that was actually for my Ficus elastica rubber burgundy plant, so it just worked out perfectly. Next we have a Calathea rattlesnake, which I purchased oh so very recently. I just watered it, so the leaves are a bit funky, but it's got a new one that just came out up here. Really cute. Came in this little pot. This nursery pot I keep inside the planter that the Shiveriana and the pink syngonium came together in from Jean Couture, and it's just, yeah, it's a pretty plain cover cash pot. It's a little bit big. Once the leaves perk up, this combination actually looks pretty adorable, and this plant usually stays up here. My next plant is the Begonia maculata. Don't kill me for butchering the names. I keep this in a planter that is from Indigo. I purchased this on sale for $11.99. Indigo, if you don't know, is the same as Chapters here in Canada. There are a few new leaves. This planter has no drainage and the nursery pot is actually too short. I put a little plastic container just to elevate it. It gives water space to escape and not actually dwell in the roots of the nursery pot, which is really nice. I really like the plant and cash pot combination. Honestly, half the fun is finding a planter that fits with the plant. It's so cute and fun, and I really like keeping plants in nursery pots for that reason. The only thing I would do differently is put the plant in a clear nursery pot, but that is soon to come. She lives up here with the rattlesnake. The next baby is a variegated string of hearts, or at least I think it's variegated. It's got the pink stressing on it and the white edges. I recently repotted this into a container from IKEA. I know it's not draining, but I'm quite careful with how I water it right now. I'm thinking of putting this in a flat terracotta planter maybe. I'm not sure yet. Can you guys let me know how you like to pot your string of hearts? I'm just curious. I just figured that because it's clear, I can tell if I overwater it. Initially, I was a bit frightened to buy this plant or a Calathea because I thought, oh, they're gonna be difficult to take care of and I'm not gonna be able to manage. But then I thought, you know what? I might as well try. I purchased the ones in the smallest size that I could find to see if I can manage, and then if they pass, then it is what it is. I have her on the shelf where I put on the grow light. This next new plant is actually a cutting from my colleague, so I didn't purchase this. It is a marble queen pothos. We traded. I gave her cuttings from my golden pothos, and I really wanted to maybe mix my pothos or just to have more of a variety of vining plants, and I thought this was really pretty. My boyfriend, when he saw this, was like, why do you have a half-dead plant? And I was like, no, it's not half-dead, it's a marble queen. I keep it in this metal tin that has rocks on the bottom just to separate it from the bottom, and it's helpful because it kind of strains the water after I water it, and then I just collect the excess afterwards. So for now it's in this, and I also keep this under my grow lights. I have the grow light off right now because it makes everything look ugly. My other new plant is a Cebu blue, and I have been really interested in blue toned plants, dark leaves, and I'm also interested in getting something that has glittery or silvery leaves. The thing is, I just don't really like peperomia, and I don't know how keen I am at getting the watermelon peperomia because of the way that it grows. My mother's orchid originally came in this pot, but I have changed the pot for that. I think this fits really well. And I purchased this trellis from Dollarama because this is a trailing plant, although the vine is a bit naked, and I'm thinking of doing some snips and seeing if I could do a little bit of propagation. Definitely get some larger foliage out of this if I had it on a moss pole. If you're curious, this is actually a two-piece trellis from Dollarama, and I'm quite impressed with it because it's very handy for smaller vining plants. I would love to get a clear trellis, but one thing that I do like is that the tone of the green is cool, so it matches the Cebu blue foliage nicely. These are my preferred type of pots, the little orchid pots. They are so practical. I got them at a place called Binette Fille in Jean Talon Market, and they were pretty much under $3. I'm considering going back to get more just to support local business as opposed to getting them on Amazon, but you can definitely get these on Amazon and they are affordable. This is not a new plant, but it is a new planter, and I purchased it at Winners Home Sense. It comes with a drainage hole. This was, I think, $13, and they had a smaller version. It's really tricky to find these. Once you leave them, they're gone forever. So if you're ever in doubt, buy the planter that you like, because you can always return it, but you can't always find it again if you go. I'm using the old plastic from the orchid because I actually transplanted the orchid into a smaller plastic container. Always keep these plastic containers, man. They're so practical. If not, there are always takeout containers that you can use, plastic cups from cold coffees or iced teas that you purchase that you can just puncture holes in with a soldering iron and just use it for your plants. Very practical. I hope you enjoyed this video. I promise that I'm not just going to be showing new plants. I want to get into some maintenance videos, and I do want to get a couple of moss pulls for a few of my climbing plants because it's something that has been tickling my interest. I want to be playing more with my plants than accumulating new plants because there has just been an influx of new things coming into my house. I have a limited amount of windows and I have a northwest facing apartment, so it's quite difficult for me to accommodate everyone, and I only have one shelf of grow lights, so that might be something that changes in the future. So those are the kind of videos that you can look forward to on this channel. If you are interested, please subscribe, leave a comment and let me know what your favorite new plant is or what your wish list plant is currently. If you've tried any of the plants that I've mentioned in the video, I would appreciate your personal tips. I love that, and I would love to share and chit chat with you in the comments. So looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Ciao!